You ever wake up to the smell of fresh-cut grass and coffee, thinking life's handing you a win, only to have some busybody turn your dream home into a battlefield? That's me, Alex Thompson, 3 years into owning my little slice of paradise in Willow Creek Estates. A cozy two-story with a wraparound porch, the kind where you rock on a swing and forget the world exists. But then Brenda Hargrove, our self-appointed homeowners association queen, slithered in with an offer that reeked of desperation. 10 grand, she hissed through painted lips, sliding a check across my kitchen table like it was a golden ticket. Sell now, or watch your equity evaporate. I laughed at first. Laughed. Because who wouldn't? This wasn't a deal. It was a daylight robbery, her scheme to flip my place for a fat profit and line her cronies' pockets. And just like that, in the span of a heartbeat, my quiet mornings shattered into a war I never signed up for. Oh, the fury in her eyes when I tore that check in half, letting the pieces flutter to the floor like confetti from hell. "You fool," she spat, her voice cracking like dry leaves underfoot. "You'll regret this." Regret? Ha! Little did I know, Brenda didn't bluff. She weaponized the Homeowners Association bylaws like a pro wrestler with a folding chair, slamming me with fines for non-compliant mailbox colors. One that cost me $200 for a flag that was one shade too blue. I could hear her cackle echoing down the street as the notice hit my door, the paper crinkling in my trembling hands. Why me? What had I done to deserve this witch hunt, besides daring to say no to her greedy grasp? The harassment escalated faster than a summer storm. One muggy July afternoon, I stepped out to mow the lawn, sweat beading on my forehead, the engine's low rumble vibrating through my chest like a distant thunder. That's when I spotted it. My prized rosebush, the one my late mom planted before she passed, its petals soft as her hugs, wilted and blackened, poisoned overnight. Vandalism. The cops called it after I filed the report, but we all knew. Brenda's shadow lingered everywhere, her perfume of cheap Chanel No. 5 wafting from anonymous complaints. My inbox flooded with emails from faceless accounts. Trim those hedges or face eviction. Eviction? For what? Living. I slammed my fist on the desk, the wood groaning under the impact, heart pounding like a war drum. God, the helplessness. It clawed at my gut, turning every sunset into a reminder that home wasn't safe anymore. But wait, it got worse. Picture this. A crisp fall evening, leaves crunching under my boots as I head to the community potluck. The air's thick with barbecue smoke and laughter, kids chasing fireflies in the fading light. I'm chatting with Old Man Jenkins, his gravelly chuckle warming the chill, when Brenda storms the pavilion like a hurricane in heels. "Alex Thompson is a blight," she bellows, her voice slicing through the chatter sharper than a knife through pie crust. Heads turn, forks pause midair. She's waving printouts, forged photos, doctored to show my yard as a junk heap. "He's devaluing us all." Gasps ripple out, and I feel the heat rise in my cheeks, a bitter cocktail of rage and shame bubbling up. "Brenda, enough!" I shout, stepping forward, but she wheels on me, eyes wild. "Or what? You'll sue? With what money? After I tank your credit." The crowd murmurs, some nodding like sheep. Her web of whispers had poisoned them too. I stormed out, the screen door banging behind me, chest heaving with sobs I wouldn't let escape. How does one woman wield such poison? It twisted my nights into fever dreams, the creak of floorboards sounding like footsteps plotting my ruin. Twist of the knife? She didn't stop at slander. Come winter, my pipes froze, deliberately sabotaged, the plumber confirmed, a valve tampered with in the crawlspace. Water gushed like a broken promise, flooding the basement in icy torrents that soaked family photos and warped the floors. I waded through it knee-deep, the chill seeping into my bones, flashlight beam cutting shadows that danced like ghosts of better days. "This is her?" I whispered to the empty house, breath fogging the air. Sighing deep, I slumped against the wall, the drip, drip, drip mocking my resolve. Was standing my ground worth this flood of despair? Friends urged me to sell, to cut losses, but selling to her? That'd be handing victory to the devil in pearls. No, hell no. The outrage built like pressure in a shaken soda can, ready to spray. I started digging. Late nights hunched over my laptop, the glow casting eerie blue on my face, coffee going cold as I uncovered her empire of dirt. Emails leaked from a disgruntled board member showed it all. Brenda's side hustle, strong-arming owners into voluntary sales, pocketing kickbacks under the table. 10 grand for mine? Peanuts compared to the 6 figures she'd skimmed before. My hands shook as I printed it out. The printers were a symphony of sweet revenge. Gotcha? I muttered, a grim smile cracking my exhaustion. But doubt crept in. What if exposing her backfired? What if the neighborhood turned on me for shattering their illusion of order? Climax hit on a stormy April night, rain lashing the windows like accusations, thunder rumbling low and mean. The Homeowners Association emergency meeting packed the rec center, fluorescent buzz humming over tense whispers. Brenda held court at the podium, her smile a shark's grin, droning about community standards, while eyeing me like prey. I waited in the back, pulse thundering in my ears, the stack of papers heavy in my jacket pocket. When she called my name, Alex, care to explain your infractions? I rose slow, the chair scraping like nails on chalkboard. The room hushed, breaths held. Explain, I echoed, voice steady despite the knot in my throat. How about you explain this? I slapped the folder down, pages fanning out. Bank statements, emails, her forgery trail laid bare. Gasps erupted, chairs shifting like an avalanche. Brenda's face drained to ash, her pearls clutched like a lifeline. Lies! Slander! She shrieked. But the board member's nod sealed it. Testimony ready to spill. Chaos exploded. Neighbors surged forward, voices overlapping in a roar of betrayal. You poisoned my garden too? My fines? Were they bribes? Brenda backed away, heels clicking frantic on tile. Rain-slicked coat forgotten as she bolted for the door. Outside, lightning cracked, illuminating her silhouette fleeing into the downpour. A drowned rat in defeat. The room erupted in cheers, hands clapping my shoulders, tears mixing with relieved laughter. Justice? It tasted like the first rain after drought. Cleansing, sharp, alive. In the end, Brenda slunk away with her tail between her legs. The Homeowners Association board dissolved. Charges pending for fraud that'd lock her up tighter than her rulebook. Me? I rebuilt stronger. New pipes, fresh roses, a neighborhood barbecue where we laughed about the witch who tried to burn us all. And here's the spark I carry now. Stand your ground, friends. When the Karens of the world offer poison disguised as gold, refuse it loud. Your home, your fight. It's worth every storm. Because in the roar of the rain, you'll find your thunder. And damn if it doesn't echo forever.